watching this. We had some technical difficulties with the Hangouts. What are you going to do? They're Hangouts. They're Google Hangouts. This is the price we pay for Google Hangouts. So real quick, I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is Kevin Hokawana. I retired from the United States Air Force, stayed in Japan here where I retired, and been loving life ever since. But enough about that. That's enough about me. What we're going to talk about is what we're going to show you today. And here's what we're going to show you. If you are out there and you've done any kind of shopping online, then you've been involved in an economy. Okay, you've been involved in a process that takes place that every company and every manufacturer and every retail distributor goes through. For instance, this coffee mug is my favorite coffee mug in the world. It's a Dunkin' Donuts coffee mug. This right here is a coffee mug that I purchased somewhere. If I would have purchased this online, guess what? There was an opportunity. Anytime anything is purchased online, there's an opportunity for you to be in front of that sale. How do we do that? That's what we're going to teach you how to do. We're not going to teach you how to do any kind of crazy home-based business network marketing stuff. There's an aspect to that and there's a place for it. But what we want to show you is we want to introduce you to some people who have been very successfully inserting themselves in the middle of what is already happening out there on the internet. There's already sales out there to multi-billions and billions of dollars worth of sales in online products every single day. What we need to show you how to do is just kind of wiggle in there a little bit to get a piece of that multi-billion-dollar a day pie. We've been doing that super successful, very successful with this for the last, since September 2013, we've been teaching people how to do this. And they've been wildly successful. If you're on this page, then you probably saw the video from our event where we had drones and all kinds of stuff flying over our event. You saw people on stage with big checks. The thing about those big checks you might have seen is the vast majority of that money was not generated from recruiting, sponsoring, and all that kind of stuff that you hear about. There's a time and place for that, and it's a great thing to do. But the majority of that money was generated by people inserting themselves into the sales process that is already happening out there on the internet. And it looks a little bit like this. You know about Amazon, you know about eBay. Now keep in mind, this is not where we end. These two companies are not where we end. This is where we begin. We begin with Amazon, we begin with eBay. We go out there and we find said coffee mug that is selling on eBay for $5. And oh, by the way, you can find it cheaper somewhere else because people don't know the price of things. So you find that coffee mug that's selling on eBay for $5, you go out and see it for $2 over here, you list it over here, and when it sells, you send it directly to the person who bought it. It's called arbitrage. Arbitrage it's typically a financial term, but it's nothing more than selling high on something and then buying it low. So I sell this coffee mug, and I wouldn't sell Dunkin' Donuts coffee mugs. Don't know if I'd recommend that. But I sell this coffee mug for $5 over here. I sell it high. I go buy it over here low for $2. That's arbitrage. That's what we're going to teach you how to do. We've got some folks that are on here that have been doing this insanely successfully for the last couple of years. Some that are just doing some numbers that would make your head just explode. And the cool thing is they might be doing all these big things, and you might hear some big things, but this is something that the average person can do. My father-in-law does this. All right? This is something that my brother can do. One of our co-owners inside of the company, his son does this for him. All right? It's not a difficult thing. It's really nothing more than finding something that's selling low, and we teach you how to do that. All right, or finding something that's selling high, and then grabbing it from a place where the price is low enough for you to make a profit, list it over there, sell it, goes out the door, you pocket the change. That's what this is all about, and it's the only thing that you can do pretty much just right out the box. It's the only thing you're going to find out there that you can do that's legitimate, that you can make money with now, right now. Okay, so we want to show you guys that. I want to introduce you to some folks who are doing amazing with this concept. Let them break it down a little bit more, maybe in a way that I have not, and push forward. And I'll tell you, stay on with us, because if you saw that video of all those people walking on stage with the checks, you saw drones flying across, all these things going, that all boils down to absolutely nothing. Here's what it really boils down to. It boils down to, can you do this? Our whole company has been built off of, can we teach you how to do this? And if we can do that, then we're doing pretty good. You make an income, and we get pretty happy about that. So here we go. Without further ado, I'd like to turn over to Kenya Alu. and she's been doing some amazing stuff. Kenya, can I bring you out here and kind of give your experience of what you've seen with this, what you've done with this model with DSDomination?
Thank you, Kevin. Yes, my name is Kenya Alou, and when I first joined DSDomination, my thing was, yeah, but does it work? And I really felt uncomfortable saying anything to anybody until I knew that it would work. So I never sold a thing on eBay. I thought about buying a few things on eBay, but honestly, I never even purchased anything on eBay because I personally would shop at other sites. But I did have an eBay account, and so I set it up, and I started doing the, listing my items, and, I got like 14 up, and my husband and I actually had a competition because he's like, well, I want to see if it works too. So he had his own eBay account, and we're both listing, and he made a sale in like 3 days. Took me 2 weeks, and I don't like to lose, so that wasn't good. But, I mean, he sold the same alarm clock, I think it was, about 10 times in a 2-week period. And, my thing was a piggy bank. I started selling this piggy bank. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is huge, because I had been in other companies and people had followed me to other companies, and they never made money until I introduced them to DSDomination. And that was liberating for me. And now they're not just making money. They started out at the pro level, which you'll hear about later, which is the entry level. And they are all in now, making sales on Amazon, making full-time income so they don't have to have a job. And that doesn't happen in most traditional home businesses for the masses. So this is an opportunity that you can make money. You don't have to tell a single person that you're doing it. You just do it on your own. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to bug your friends and family. But what's going to happen probably is that you're going to feel bad if you keep it a secret, because it's just too powerful. We have a team, and we have, everybody. I don't want to belabor the point, but everybody who follows the training puts in the work, and now we have automation that kind of takes most of that work away, but we'll get into that later too. You'll make money if you're consistent. It's $20. That's all I have to say.
Definitely. And it's really, you were on stage at the event and got to, everyone got to do some clapping and some cheering. And Kenny did some training. It was amazing. But I want to walk into the process of how this is all done, because up until now, all you know is that we're sniping things out. We're going in there, we're grabbing stuff from here, we're putting it over here, we're selling it. But how big can this go, and what can you do with it? And I would love to bring out and put him on the spot, Mr. Sean Agnew, to break down exactly how this process works. Like, what do you do on a daily basis to make this whole process work? Sean, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Gotcha, buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, so DSDomination has certainly been a blessing for me when I started, and I'll just tell you a little bit about myself before I get you through the process. When I started in DSDomination, I had less than $0 in my bank account. Like, I was in overdraft. I was struggling. My wife was pregnant. I was working in the corporate world, but we were like paycheck to paycheck type thing. I wasn't poor, but it was like one of those things. The paycheck would come in and it would all just be drained to bills and credit cards and things like that. So I remember when I was telling my wife about this, and she was saying to me, oh, not another one of those, that type of thing. So I just thought, though, here was the first thing I've ever seen where I didn't actually have to go out and recruit or sell some sort of energy drink or coffee or something like that, some sort of gimmicky product to bug my friends and family about. And I could actually build a legitimate e-commerce business online. And little did I know that, 18, 19 months later, I'd be on stage, holding up a check for 190 grand and speaking on stage. And Kevin touched on the fact that the checks that are on stage are from e-commerce earnings. I'm a pretty decent sized affiliate. I'm in the top 10 recruiters of all time in the company. I make some really good money on the e-commerce side too. But I remember there's 3 of my teammates standing next to me, and their combined earnings, and your result would vary from this potentially, but their combined earnings were pretty much 99% e-commerce, and they had $500,000 between them. Their 3 checks dwarfed what I made. and their recruiting income was next to nothing. So the opportunity here for the customer coming in, for a very small amount, for the cost of a pizza, really, is super, super small. So why the process is so cool is you can pretty much sell anything with the training that we give you. And I had actually had a call with one of my teammates today, and she was struggling. And I really, really got into her mindset about how you need to really stop looking at, what you think you should buy, because, I've sold things from doll houses to pet vacuum attachments. Like literally, it's not a vacuum. It's like an attachment that goes on your vacuum that I was picking up for like $20 and selling it for $70 on Amazon. I'd sell one every couple days. It was crazy. Like the craziest things sell. And I was actually reading an article from Forbes yesterday. And some people have said to me before too, like, well, isn't this thing getting saturated? You guys have tens of thousands of members, whatever. Well, no, because by 2017, e-commerce sales in the United States are expected to double. Okay, Amazon themselves makes $100 billion in revenue every single year, and half of that is from third-party sellers, like everybody on this call. So it's super, super exciting. And I would say that for some people who are on this call, you heard about DSD 2.0, and you might not even know what DSD 1.0 is. Well, DSD 1.0 was fantastic. We brought 100,000 plus members through the door. We changed the lives of thousands and thousands of people, and everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, a vast majority of the people are making money, and some of them are firing their bosses and paying off debt and all that good stuff. That was all done through training and then manual work on the user's part, right? And what we have coming through the door now is we got software that has everything automated, from listing your item, research, going out and checking inventory and stock. We're even going to do automated orders of your items. I was telling somebody today, like, once you list that item up on eBay, you're done. The system just takes care of everything from start to finish. And imagine what our users did with the manual process, what we're going to do at the next event, how many large checks are going to be on stage from the automated process, because it's going to save you time. All you're going to have to do is come in, press a couple buttons, and the income's just going to generate for you. So I'm super excited about the direction that we're going in now. I'm super excited about all the automation and just the world of e-commerce in general. Like, this is a growing industry, and DSDomination is the leader in this space. We by far have the largest community in this space, and we're growing rapidly every single day. And with the launch of the new software suite that we have for our users, I can tell you right now, if you guys were on the fence before, maybe you've seen DSDomination, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, but then I got to list stuff on eBay. That's going to be long and time-consuming. Like, you're going to have a couple clicks of a button, and the money's going to come in. So if you were on the fence before, you might have seen some of the video with the checks, and I'm talking about all the automation here. You got to click on the button below today and get yourself in so you can be a part of this movement, because we're still just getting started, and you want to be part of that doubling of the e-commerce world in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm going to be a part of it. Everybody on this call is going to be a part of it. Our checks are going to continue to get bigger, and we want to see more of you guys up on stage earning those checks too. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, man, because I could just talk for hours about how excited I am about this company and the e-commerce world. So I'll turn it back to you and let somebody else get out here and share their story.
That's awesome. I mean, it's crazy. We're at a very pivotal point right now, I should say, because in the next 5 days we launch a lot of automation. So if you're here and you never heard about DSDomination, you hear us talk about automation and all this stuff, or if you are a member, or if you've been with us in the past and you're out there selling successfully, in 5 days from now, a switch gets flipped, and a lot of the things that you would do manually are now going to be automated for you. In a way that when you do take that coffee cup and you do list it over here on eBay, when it sells, it goes ahead and automatically goes out to wherever you got it from, wherever you listed it from, grabs it, ships it to your customer, does all the stuff on the back end. So really what it does is save you a lot of time. But right now, if you're new to DSDomination, if this is your first time seeing it, you've never heard about this stuff, you're looking to get started right now. It's only $20. I mean, I think everybody has $20 in their pocket, and the point is we want you to have a lot more than $20 in your pocket. So get started right now. But I'll tell you what, in the next 5 days, you need to be in there learning, getting up to speed. I mean, you might be in the profit I don't know, we've had people come in and get into profit the first 24 hours doing this stuff. But in the next 5 days, some things are going to change that whatever you learn between now and then, we're going to go ahead and flip a switch and make it 10 times easier for you to do this stuff. So pretty cool. And I would love to turn this over to Nathan and Dion if we've got these guys. I don't know. They're always around the world doing all kinds of crazy stuff, flying drones over Windsor Castle and making the international news. These guys are nuts. But the point is, they get to live this crazy lifestyle while they make money. And you'll see them in some of their videos. Just look how much money we made today while we're in Alaska doing whatever it is that these two do when they're in Alaska. So if we've got audio on you guys, I'd love to turn it over to you and just tell these guys your experience and what you've done with this drop shipping model, with this arbitrage model that we have here that people are just going crazy with right now.
Awesome. Yeah, we do. Can you hear us?
Perfect. Oh, we got you. Where are you guys today?
The connection's great out here in the Bahamas. So what's exciting is when I learned dropshipping, I was in a situation where I needed to make something work. And even though I'm young, people might consider me, oh, you're tech savvy. That was absolutely not the case. In fact, when I first started doing eBay back in high school, I was actually trying to take iPods and sell them on eBay. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to list the item. I didn't know how to put the picture in there, create the description, and then it came down to having to actually package up the item, find the postage that's right for the item, make the trip to the post office, and deal with all that. So it was really refreshing when I came in contact with this whole model of dropshipping because it was something that I could handle, copy and paste. I mean, if you can copy and paste, you're pretty much halfway there. But it's really exciting about what we have coming on now, which is the automation. So sitting back, being able to put up items, being taught the information, copy and paste, start seeing emails coming in, basically stating that I've made a sale, that I've made money, and then processing the order takes 60 seconds, have the item coming from your supplier, going to the buyer, and it was pretty much as simple as that. I mean, it was really a situation of, I have to take a step back and really analyze, is this all it takes, Because once this started working for me, I recognized really quickly that I could scale it up. In the beginning, it was just about me making an extra $50 a day, 7 days a week, because if I could achieve that, it would keep me out of my previous job. Well, basically match my previous job's income, keep me from getting a job. And I was able to do that, but what got really exciting was the second month in, third month, fourth month in, started having $100 profit days, then $200 profit days happened consistently, and then it was never that bad ever since. But more so is what we've been able to do, with the freedom, the financial freedom that's been afforded to us with this business. I'm excited about the money that I've made, but really I can't put words on it, but every day I get emails coming in, text messages, Facebook messages of people that have been able to change their quality of life because an extra $100 that week came into their bank account, an extra $1,000 that month. And being able to do that and travel the world, which is what Nathan and I are doing with an amazing drone to kind of capture it in taking our selfie game to newer heights. I'm joking. There's a lot more than selfies are doing. But to really have this opportunity and to really see where it can take you, but also how many people you can pay it forward to. I mean, it was just a couple years ago that I was having great success with this arbitrage, this drop shipping model, and I was so excited that I felt like I had to tell friends about it. I told my parents about it. They started making money. But one of my good friends that has not only done well with drop shipping, but has taken it to the next level, way beyond where I was able to take it just on the eBay platform. I do a lot with Amazon now, but that friend would be Nathan, e-commerce master Van Tile, and he can tell a little bit about his story and when I met him and how he's been able to do through drop shipping.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Dion. Really quickly, just wanted to show everyone what drone we're actually talking about. This guy right here. I know you guys already missed it for the last week or so. But
the affiliate link is in the chat box.
yeah,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
the one that was flying around at the event over Windsor
Does
Castle.
the drone drop cards with affiliate links?
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, it was really cool. So Dion actually introduced me to this while I was living in Santa Barbara, going to school for photography, which was awesome. And the biggest part is that I was able to work it into my busy schedule, going to school and working. And then on the side, I was doing this drop shipping thing, which eventually turned into something greater. It's just something that it has the snowball effect, something that you work on every day, and you look back 6 months, a year down the road, and see how big it's gone. And, one thing I was doing in the summers was commercial fishing in Alaska, which is where I'm from, and it was after the 4th summer of doing that I decided that I did not want to, go back for a 5th summer. So when I got back from Alaska, that's when I decided to go full time with this, and that's really when you start seeing the difference. Is when you're dedicating like 6 to 8 hours a day just on growing your business. I mean, it really is that easy. When we were talking about copying and pasting, you could start out doing it maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day, but once you start doing it, 6 to 8 hours a day, constantly growing, you're going to start seeing the success. And yeah, I mean, it's just been great ever since, being able to travel and see several places in the world, and also to hear other people that are doing the same thing and watching them in their footsteps. And you could only look back at yourself when you're in that spot. So it is really cool, and it's all because of this platform that is all set in place for us.
And then I want to add one thing to what Nathan said: 6 to 8 hours a day. I never put in perhaps that many hours in a day, to be honest, and I probably could have taken my business, my eBay dropshipping business, to I wouldn't say his level, but levels closer to what he had. But one thing that I've really got to value through dropshipping and through hearing other successful people and how they've lived their lives was that for me, it wasn't just all about making money. It was the time freedom that I was afforded from the money. So I got to a spot where I was really comfortable, and I also got to a spot where I was very comfortable with my time freedom. And I felt that I'm young, and I really want to be able to provide myself with experiences that I've always dreamt of, instead of continually just padding my bank account and then doing that when I'm much, much older. So with that said, even though Nathan was putting in a lot of 6 to 8 hour days, we were doing this manually, copy and paste. And by all means, that's pretty simple work. But if you have a way where you can introduce automation and be able to put up listings that much quicker, which is what we have today, it's really, really exciting. I mean, this gets me excited because all of the success stories, all the people that I've been able to help in one way or another, whether it's just a simple tip or trick, and then that person shared it with somebody else, that's exciting because right now we're at a point where we are looking at condensing time frames massively. I mean, we are at a point where people are going to see the success happen much, much quicker, and for many, the success has already come quick, but we're in the information age, and we're also working with geniuses and people that really can work in technology to really help us all out. And we're at DSD 2.0, and I'm excited that everyone that's watching this that decides to take action now will be able to see what we have been working so hard for everybody to benefit from.
Yeah, and then also it's crazy to look back at when I got started in U2, we didn't have the tools that are already in place in DSD 1.0. Yep. So now when we're talking about, going 10 times extreme and adding like 90% of the business being automated, that's just we're gonna start seeing a lot of success stories much earlier than you and I had.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's really exciting to hear as well. Back to you, Kevin.
No, that's awesome. I appreciate you guys. And one thing you should know, anyone who's looking at this, you'll see these guys, these two, in some training in the back office. They have amazing training back there that you're going to be able to leverage at the elite level. So you'll see that. You'll be able to get into it. You'll be able to learn from these guys. And I mean, look how this is impressive. When you see two guys that are just, I mean, they can travel the world. They can do whatever they want. They live a carefree life. And trust me, it can be hard to get in touch with them at times because they are in a situation where they don't have to worry about, they're not tied down. All this stuff is online from their computer. You know, so as long as they have an iPhone or a laptop or something, they can be in Alaska. They can be in Amsterdam or wherever it is these two guys go, because they go everywhere, England, all over the place. And that's what it's really all about, is taking a small step that you should take right now, which is going to be clicking that button below to get started. Taking that small step and letting that one step snowball into this income that comes into your life, that you are now in a position to where you can just do whatever you want and not have to worry about going to a job or even getting out of bed if you want to. Do whatever you want. And that's the life that we're looking to build. And on a side note, you know, one of the missions that we have inside of DSDomination is to help the economy as a whole. And how do we do that? We do that by getting people out of their job. And every time we get one person out of their job, we're pretty much, you know, on average, you're by that education, by that effort, supporting a family of 3 people. And so our mission has been on the back end, kind of something we've always been working towards and doing, is getting one person out of a job, creating a job in the economy, taking care of 3 people in the economy by getting one person out of a job. So in that scenario, if we can get you out of a job, in our opinion, we've helped 6 human beings on this planet make it through life that much easier. And that's what we're looking to do, is get you out of your job, get you in a position where you can be like these guys and travel all over the place, right? And, you know, when the markets crashed, you know, a few years back and our economy went into the tanks in the States and across the world, it was like estimated that $300 would have turned everything around. $300 in everyone's household would have turned the entire economy around. And we're on a mission to do that, and it's so easy. All you have to do is click on that button below and get started. It's $20. You get started, you go through the training. You go to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and by the time you get done with that, you know, if you followed that training, it's pretty hard not to have an income come in. And then you just snowball that. Prove it to yourself at the $20 level. Get started right now. Stop listening to me. Click on that button and get started. And I'll tell you what, your life can be changed from here on out. All you have to do is put in a little bit of work. Nothing in this world is free. It takes a little bit of work to get this moving. But you know what? Once you do the work, it's done. And you start growing an income from work you did in the past. You start getting paid in the beginning for your efforts. You do an effort, you get paid for it. The system kind of spits money back out at you, right, from the training and the education, the software and tools. But as time goes by, once you've done the work once, and this is up there listed, guess what? You don't have to list that again. It's money coming in. So as time goes by, you start getting grossly overpaid for what you're doing now. And that's where we want you to be. These 2 guys, Nathan and Dion, are grossly overpaid for what they do today, because they did those activities in the past. We need to start you right now. We need to get you started. We need to get you clicking on that button and getting in here, because for us, it's changing your life. And we want to see you at the next event coming up on stage, high-fiving us, watching drones fly around and do all this crazy stuff that we just did, because, hey, that's how we do stuff in DSDomination. DSD 2.0, if you guys have ever been in this company before, if you came in, if you opened the door a little bit and looked around, if you poked your head in and saw what we were doing but didn't take any action, that action, the amount of steps and the amount of effort you had to put in just a couple months ago might have been this. Now your effort's being shrunk down. And next week, on the 15th, your effort gets really shrunk down for what you need to put into this to get an income out. And that's our job. As you know, a co-owner of DSDomination, my job is to make sure that every time you step through the door into DSDomination, your job, it's easier and easier for you to go ahead and make an income. Every time you walk through that door, it's a little bit easier, a little bit more automated. Less things you have to do, less buttons you have to click, less things you have to go out there and list for you to grow that income. That's my job. You let me handle that. What I need you to handle, what I need you to do right now if you're watching this, is get started. Click on that button and get started. If you don't open the door, you can't. Your life is never going to change. If you close this video down and walk away, tomorrow when you wake up, the same thing is going to happen that did today. It's going to be the same life, the same rut that you might be in. Get out of that. Change it. And how you change it is clicking on that button below. So I want to kind of turn this over real quick to my boy Aaron, because there is an affiliate portion attached to this. We don't talk about it too much, but there is an affiliate portion attached to DSDomination. Someone that invited you here will get compensated for you joining. Why is that? You might be like, oh, Ponzi scheme, stranger danger. Here's the deal. we find as many ways as humanly possible to reward our members for doing the things that are income producing. If you go out there and make money with this, and in a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you're going, look, I'm making all this money here with this DSDomination thing, with this e-commerce thing. I want to tell somebody, we're going to make it profitable for you to do that. All right, we're just going to make it profitable for you to do that, to encourage the growth of the entire company, to give you an incentive to change other people's lives. And one of our guys who is in here just rocking it out and helping everyone build on a company level is Aaron Andrews, and I'd like to bring him out, and he's kind of sitting there in the shadows, but I want to bring him out real quick. Aaron, if you could just talk a little bit about the affiliate side real quick, and then we'll wrap this up, because I know people are looking to get started right now, and I want you guys to just get in DS and get moving. But Aaron?
Yeah, man, I'm here. Thanks for having me on. So yeah, I mean, about the affiliate side, Kevin's right. We don't talk too much about the affiliate side, but I'll give you a brief overview of it. Bringing somebody into DSDomination for me as a veteran in this home-based business online opportunity space is awesome, because I can bring somebody in with confidence that they don't have to go out there and recruit. They don't have to go bring anybody in. I like doing that, and I'm well paid for that. I mean, like Sean said, we had the event this past weekend or the weekend before, and I was up there picking up a check for a little over 200 grand just from the affiliate side. So the money is there. If you affiliates are out there and you're looking for something to feel good about, referring people to, referring business to, and getting very well paid for it, this is for you. I mean, you can feel good about it. Stable company you can feel good about referring your customers to, where they don't actually have to refer others to make an income, because that's one of the biggest sticking points of any other network marketing company is if you're not referring or recruiting, you're basically left out in the cold, making zeros. So, I mean, that's basically the affiliate side in a nutshell. We have all the tools and stuff that you're going to need to refer business to DSDomination. It's easy to get started. Like Kevin said, it's $20 for your customers to get started. All they're going to have to do is click the button below to get started. And, yeah, I'll turn it back over to you, Kevin, and we'll chat soon. See ya.
Thanks, brother. That had to be said, because a lot of companies out there, they do rotate off of a way where if you don't keep referring people into that network marketing scheme, then you don't make money. That's not the case here. But it has to be stated that there is an affiliate side of this, right? And so we wanted to toss that out there, that there is a big affiliate side of this that'll help you grow a side income if you so choose at some time in the future to promote it. Because here's the deal. Most people come in like this. They come in, they go, I'm kind of opening the door on this thing. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm not sure what's going to go on, but they just get in, they start doing the training, they start growing an income. At some point down the line, they say, wow, I need to go ahead and share this. And we make it profitable for you to do that. So you can find more all about the affiliate side on the inside, but the point is I want to keep this hangout pretty short. Because we want you to get started right now. We want you to get in here, and if we take up your time up until midnight, then guess what? You have less time to get started and get money in your pocket. And we've had members, income disclaimer, results are not always typical, okay? Let's be realistic about this. But we have had people come in here and day one make an income. Day one, make an income. And actually at an event that we recently had, at our event, we had people go out to a store and do some shopping and look at items that were lower priced and then go list them on Amazon and sell them. And by the time they left the store, they were already making profits. By the time they got back to the convention center, they were already making profits. It's quick. So this thing can be insanely fast for you. And I want you to stop listening to me and get started right now, no matter what time it is. If you're watching this on the recording, get started right now, because you might be able to be in that situation where you get an income today. All right. And if you do, let us know. We love that stuff. Okay. We flip out whenever we see that stuff come across our desk. So let us know how your results are. Get in there. You're going to have someone's going to be your sponsor in the system. You'll be able to see them. You can reach out to them. Pretty soon, if you're seeing this a little bit later down the road, someone will actually just pick up the phone and call you and see how you're doing. So we've got all that kind of stuff going on, but get started with DSDomination, because the reality is, no matter what you're doing out there, if you're promoting a network marketing company, or if you're not in that space, guess what? That's cool too. If you're just looking at this and you're going, wow, is this the vehicle that's going to get me to financial freedom? It definitely can be. It's a matter, but it's really in your hands. The ball is in your court. I just threw it back to you. The ball's in your court. And all you have to do today is click on that button to get started. That's all you have to do. Get started, go start watching the videos and the tutorials and the training in the back office, and then take action on them. Not a lot of action, a little bit of action every day, and you're going to see some crazy results. So I think that's about it. I think I want to shut up and let everyone go ahead and get started, because this is something that can change your life quick. All right. Is there anything anyone else on the panel want to hop out and say anything before we wrap this up? Anybody? No? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm going to start listing. This kind of got me excited, so I'm going to head off here now and hang up the phone call right now, okay? Bye, guys.
See you later. All right, I think that's it. If we don't have anybody else, look, see, they have 2 screens on here, which is cheating. All right, so if there's anybody else, just put your hand up. If not, we're going to wrap this up and get started. If you were in DSDomination before and you're coming back going, wow, what are you guys doing? Lots. We're doing lots. Get in here, reactivate. Make sure you're in here for the things that we have coming out down the pipeline. So Kevin Okwani here signing off. Take care, my friends. Love you. God bless. And we will see you on the inside of DSDomination. Bye.